What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. videos. I haven't done one of these for a while because there's been so much to talk about here in the world of geekdom, but we've got an episode synopsis, a very short synopsis for an upcoming episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's coming back this weekend, which I'm super excited for, and we are also going to be getting a couple of more episodes, of course, because we've got the 100th episode coming out in a couple of weeks. So there's a lot of stuff for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to talk about, really, and the 100th episode just looks stunning. I cannot wait for this, and there's so much to talk about that. But first of all, we're going to be talking about the upcoming episode. So there's going to be episode 13 has got a synopsis and a title, which is actually the episode after the 100th episode. So this one is actually entitled Principal. So the synopsis is: the team goes in search of Gravitonium in order to save the world. So what could that actually mean? I know that is... Well, first of all, that is a very weird title, and secondly, that's a very heavy implication there for the episode synopsis. So, Principia, I've done my research, and the only thing I can find is the Principia Mathematica created by Sir Isaac Newton, which basically lays the groundwork for how celestial bodies work, how the mathematics of space and everything like that, and also on Earth actually works, which, yeah, thanks Isaac Newton, that's very, very clever of you. So that then leads me to think that, well, the Gravitonium is a massive part of this episode. Now, obviously, they say that in the synopsis that it is the Gravitonium, but the fact that the Gravitonium will also go and play a massive part in saving the world. And that is something which I did talk about in my previous episodes when we did have Fitz and Simmons find Gravitonium on the lighthouse. I said that this would be possibly key to absolutely fixing everything, but how will it actually fix everything? That is the question, and that's something we won't know just yet. However, I do think that Flint would play a big part in this. I know he is in the future, but the Gravitonium is such a big part of, well, I would say, but the Gravitonium is something which is really hard to control. Now, we do have Flint, who is able to actually control elements and everything like that. He's able to actually control pretty much anything, really, rocks and any types of rocks or metals. And if he's able to actually control Gravitonium, well, that's how he can actually fix the world. Now, we've got to remember that there is something else inside the last part of Gravitonium we ever had, and that is actually Franklin Hall. Now, Franklin Hall is the guy who would actually become Graviton in the comics, and he's quite a big character, very powerful character, and he was actually able to control Gravitonium and things like that. He was able to control gravity as well. So he is stupidly powerful. And the question is, will Franklin Hall turn into Graviton? Well, my opinion is the fact that he may not actually turn into the comic book mega super evil Graviton, but he will actually come out of the Gravitonium completely changed. Now, I do think that maybe that time he spent in that device when he was sucked in, he could actually become and kind of become changed in some sort of kind of Gravitonium Terrigenesis, so to speak. So having that work would be really cool. And the fact that they need to recover the Gravitonium is something which will be the MacGuffin for this entire episode. I mean, it was taken to the fridge as well, which was one of the coolest parts of Season 1, where we saw Grant and Garrett actually take on the fridge and go shopping, so to speak, which was really cool, to be honest. I did like that season finale, or not the season finale, but end of the season. That was really fun. But the Gravitonium is huge, so personally I don't think we may see a full comic book accurate Graviton, and really having someone like that would fit a bit better in the 100th episode, to be honest. That'd be a bit bigger than that. However, we still have like 9 of episodes to actually have left in the season. So introducing someone that powerful so early on would maybe just be a bit too much, and maybe having our good friend Flint be the one to control the Gravitonium in bring him back from the future, I think that would be pretty cool, considering they still actually have the monolith in some way, although the other one is in space. So yeah, it's a bit iffy as to how that could actually work, to be honest, but it would be an interesting thing all the same. And I think I speak for a lot of people here, think that we would love to see Flint actually return and be the thing that fixes the Earth and close that time loop there as well, and then move it on. Now, I do think that maybe Franklin Hall will actually come out of the Gravitonium, and he could actually be the one to show them how to use it and things like that if we don't actually get Flint returned from the future. But in the 100th episode, we're also getting Lash and Hive. Now, 2 characters which are no longer with us, really. And it'd be quite weird to see them actually return, especially Hive, who was, you know, totally nuked in space, which I don't think would be... It would be a bit too much if they actually brought him back and considered a way for him to actually return fully. Now, part of me is thinking that this could be some sort of flashback episode where we see every villain that we've had so far all featured in this, and it's a flashback, or possibly a sort of framework where we see all of them involved, and we could maybe have some sort of villain of the agents trying to stop them, and we could see them sucked into some sort of framework, which personally I wouldn't like to see, but it's the only thing I can really think of that would actually add all of these villains. And we're probably going to see quite a few people actually added, and expect Ghost Rider at some point. It could be some sort of Ghost Rider manipulation or mind thingy, is the for the lack of a better term. But that is it for this video. Please drop a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.